What's up, everybody? Ron Harris here, and joining me for live. Let me turn this down. Is blasting. The finals are happening right now out in Anaheim, California, for the California Pro. I'm going to go to live stream in a minute and put the banner up because I want to give credit to where the live stream is coming from. It is a free live stream on Integral TV YouTube channel. That is a YouTube channel from Integra Medical from Brazil, big supplement company that's putting out the bucks to show it to you live. So I'm only a few minutes behind live. They're doing the posing routines now. So let's jump to that. And here is Aaron Gowley is up. I skipped a couple guys who were not in the first call out or second call out just to get things moving here. I'm going to start with Aaron, and Regan is directly after Aaron. And there he is. Okay. This is a big guy from Canada. He's about 270 pounds. Big dude. Big arms, chest, shoulders. A lot of muscle mass on this guy. And what do we got for comments so far, guys? Both guys look great. Regan has won the show. It's not over yet, Kelly. It hasn't happened yet. Regan won. Wrong. Harris strikes again. Well, I didn't say who would win. I said Regan would win. So in that aspect, I wasn't wrong. I didn't like the fact that Regan had the terrible tan. I thought Sassan was in better condition. It's not done yet. Pump for the Kelly Pro. Watch par. Let's see who's bringing the best. Regan won, Sass second. That was close. But Regan edged him. Okay, so let's go jump ahead then. Jump ahead to Regan's routine. Okay, let's take a look at Regan. Well, they must have wrapped this up very quickly. Are you sure it's over? Yes, it could be. I did see awards, but why did they only let a few people pose? So Regan is going to pose here in a minute. Okay, so here's how he looked at the finals. Yeah, they put some more tan on him. Is that Regan? I can't even tell right here. Yeah, he definitely came back with a better tan for the night. They put some bronzer or something on him. Still not as dark as the other guys, but he looks a little bit better. Still not the stage color I would have expected. But you can see how confident he is. I think he knew he had it. Beautiful shape and symmetry. That's really why he wins. Yeah, I do nitpick on him. I do pick on things that could be better because, you know, he still has so much potential. You know, people talked about this guy as a future Mr. Olympia. I don't know about that, but he could be a top 5 Olympia guy with some improvements for sure. He's already been in the top 10. You know, he's definitely in the top 20 bodybuilders of the world at this point. Let's put it that way. I don't think anyone would really dispute that. Just needs a little more improvement in certain areas to move up to that next level. Because right now he's not at the level of those top guys of a Nick or a Hadi or a Derek or a Samson. But he could be. He's still a young guy. He's only 31 years old. Yeah, I did see that they had Regan's on now. Free live stream. Yeah, I put it up there. When I show your comments, I can't show that, but that is where it is. It's on Integral TV. I'm not showing it live. It's already I'm a few minutes behind. I'm like 10 minutes behind. What do I think is stopping Leandro from cracking top 2? I think he's good enough right now. I could have had him in the top 2. I think he could have even won. Opens over. Just watch Captain Ron. Yeah, well, I'm going to recap it here anyway because this is the first time I'm watching it. So it's third Leandro, just like I said. Fourth Bruno, fifth Florian. Yeah, Leandro was very good. He's someone to watch. So they had, I don't understand why they didn't let everyone pose. So let's see. Let's take a look at Sassan. Sas do Texas. Okay. Sas can do any show he wants. He has 0 lines on his chest. They're talking about, I'm not sure who you're talking about. Well, let's look at Sassan. Sassan brought a great package today, and it's upsetting to me that the poor guy keeps getting second place. How frustrating to get second place at 3 shows in a row: Detroit, FIBO, and now today in Cali. Yeah, Regan. Has Regan have his arms improved at all? I don't think so. Imagine if Regan had Nick Walker biceps. Somebody will do that. We'll make that picture, and I think he would look fantastic with better arms and legs. Regan doesn't have credit for not using sighted him, so everybody picks his lack of mascaras on him. Yeah, I give him credit. He could have filled up his arms with oil. They'd be big blobs. Didn't do that. So sure, let's give him credit. But Sassan is on screen now, and he looked fantastic. I don't know Muscle Machine. Did his name save him today, or was it his shape and structure? Tyler Mannion will go on Instagram and YouTube Monday morning, maybe Tuesday because Monday's a holiday here, Memorial Day. He'll explain everything, and we'll find out. I'm not even sure if he's who the head judge is today. Oh, the real Lee Priest. There's Lee. What's up, Lee? Over in Australia, it's probably like 9 in the morning over where he is. Sassan looked fantastic. Yeah, Regan's quads, Lee, I agree. They're just not where they need to be. They need to be like significantly larger than they are now. Sassan's still on stage. I'd say Superset Man will make the Photoshop. Yeah, Superset Man does a good job with those blitz matchups between people. Name, the Priest My Way. It's fucking basic. Name. Whose name? So, oh, you're in Italy. Okay, so that's, I'm going to do the time. 6 hours ahead from where I am. So it is 10, 11. Is it 1 a.m. over there? 1 a.m. in the morning? 1:16 a.m.? So what they do on this? They had Regan pose. They had a couple guys pose. They went right to awards because this is the stream. They had to have let other guys pose. Okay, yeah, they did. So here's Patrick Moore. We'll get to the awards and everything in a minute, guys. Patrick Moore. Oh, he won on name. Yeah, I mean, you could make that argument. Yeah, I'll give Patrick Moore credit. His legs are a little better than when he turned pro back in 2017. They're still not as good as they need to be to match that upper body. What do you think? Sass should compete. Well, let's see. He just got second. So the next show is a week from today in Reno, Nevada. That is Allegiant Sports Fest. Tonio Burton is competing there. I don't know if he can beat Tonio. Tonio's got a much, 1:15 a.m. God, Lee, go to bed. Go to sleep. Lee, one of my favorite bodybuilders, of course. How do I get discount for the Euro Muscle Show? Tickets, please. It's on the bottom. If you're joking, they're paying me a sponsorship, and I'm very, very grateful for that because otherwise, going on the views, I'm still a smaller channel. I don't make a ton of money from the views. So the sponsorship that Euro Muscle is providing me is very much appreciated. If the bottom ticker bothers you, sorry about that. Superset Man is a crackhead. Everyone's a crackhead. I think they all pose their individual routines. Okay. Let me jump ahead here. Let me look ahead. That's 20. So that's 34 minutes. Oh, okay. This is 34 minutes in. I see. So I am showing everyone's routine. So I was more like 40 minutes behind. That's about how far behind, which is 1,000 years in internet time. I had Sass winning 5 poses, side poses. Just jump to the confirmation round then. What the heck? Well, I do want to see another couple people. That was Justin. I want to see the two. Let's see, Florian. So they should be the last 3 to pose. That's who I want to show. I thought they looked fantastic. Oh, there's Bruno. So I just want to show the last 3 guys because they were all. This is Florian Poirson from France. Very, very good. Very good condition, especially. Not everyone, as you can see, not everyone brings that condition, even though they're all supposed to. But things happen with the human body. So that's Florian. He ended up, I think, put Lee's arms. Oh boy. Gotta go back a second. First Prince had Sass winning 5 poses, side poses, ab side. I'm supposed to go front last, but where am I wrong? Well, that would be everything but the back poses. There's only 7 poses. Put Lee's arms on Regan. That would be amazing. Put Lee's arms on anybody. It would be great. I wish I had Lee's arms, for God's sake. Congrats to sponsorship. Thank you. It's a temporary one, but I'm glad. I'm grateful for it. Ryan got better interacting with fans. Channel reading comments quicker than last time. Quicker than last time. Anything we say than last time is a reference to Greg Doucette, who has 10 zillion subscribers. So Florian looked great. Lee Priest again. I'm at night. I was in Milan. Now I'm in Tuscany and then going to Rome. I have to go see a Pope. Good night. Good night, Lee. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it very much. Go see the Pope. The first American Pope ever, by the way. It's pretty crazy. Florian Poirson looked great. Heard Sasan will be competing in Spain next. We can't confirm that. Yeah, I don't know if he could beat Tonio. So going to Legion Sports Fest in Reno, which would be if he stayed in California or wherever, it's like a 30-minute flight, but I don't know if he could beat Tonio Burton. Tonio's damn good, and he's won the Legion before. He's won this show before. He's won the New York Pro. He's been 8th at the Olympia. This guy that posed just before awards in purple against just one of the guys, quad sweep is great. Well, I think you're talking about the last guy to pose is Leandro. But this is Bruno Santos from Brazil. He was in the top 5. I know that. Thick guy. Only thing really holding him back is structure. He doesn't have the widest clavicles, and structure does count for a lot in bodybuilding. Wide shoulders and narrow hips, they really help the overall impact of a physique. And, he doesn't have that, but he's built a ton of muscle on the frame that he was given by God or whoever you believe in or whatever you believe in. Ton of muscle mass, thick, and he brought the condition. He showed up shredded, in shape. You know what? He couldn't have done anything more to try to eke out a victory here today. I had Sass winning most poses too. Stay safely. Patrick Moore should bring his hamstrings up. It's the whole leg. It's not just the hamstrings. It's the quads. It's the hams. I mean, he just needs to be bigger. He's got those long limbs. Regan usually take front and side tricep. If you notice, Sass does not even have developed triceps, so it's 5'2" Regan. No. Sass doesn't win front lat spread. Yeah, I agree that what hurts Sass is he's not as wide across the shoulders. That's just clavicle width. That's 100% genetic, and that's one of Regan's strong points. He's got a great bone structure, and he's got great muscle bellies. So it's a very pretty physique. So that's Bruno still up there. Put Lee's arms on Lee. Tony will be tough to beat. Yeah, I don't know who's going to beat Tonio next week. Obviously, the list isn't out yet, but I'd be very, very surprised if Tonio Burton doesn't win Legion Sports Fest next week and get his Olympic qualification. Regan looking a little flat earlier. It needs a real tan. Well, Bruno doesn't want to leave the stage. Everyone loves to hit those most musculars at the end. That's like the crowd favorite pose, I think. Regan a little flat, needs a real tan. Agree. Well, I know Sergio. Sergio told me in an interview that we did a few weeks ago, he is waiting for a show closer to the Olympia. So expect to see him at something in August or September, I guess. Walter Martin, who's going to be in the Masters Olympia, competing in Tokyo in the Masters Olympia this year. I'm going for Sass because she's been pushing her for a long time. Regan has a better God-given shape. Conditioning needs to be rewarded. Well, structure and shape go a long way. I mean, that's really what they were. Really, the only things you could say Derek Lunsford had over Nick Walker was structure and shape for winning the Pittsburgh. This is Leandro Peres from from Brazil, Italy. It's actually his sponsor that's paying for this live stream. It's their channel. Take a shot. This was on Integral TV YouTube channel. If you want to watch the whole broadcast that they did today for both judging and finals. But Leandro, a solid third place today. And I like this physique a lot. I think he wasn't too far off of either Sassan or Regan. Maybe a little more thickness in the lower lats. I'm being so nitpicky because this guy looks great. Didn't even know who this guy was until fairly recently. Took second place at the Arnold Classic South America in Sao Paulo, Brazil to Gudvito. Really the only one that pushed him. It was not a tough win for Vitaly Ogulnikov. But Leandro was right there with him. He was no slouch. Toronto, perhaps depending on Legion placing. Yeah, I think even if he wins Legion, he might very well go on to Toronto anyway. It's becoming fairly common now for guys to, especially if the show's just a week later, even if you won and you got your Olympia qualification, there's nothing stopping him or anyone else from going on and doing another show, picking up another paycheck. Why not? Because you're taking away the qualification from someone else. Well, the Olympia is not supposed to be for everybody. That's how I feel. It's supposed to be the best of the best, the elite. So why would anybody be concerned that someone is coming along and beating another person? Usually it's their favorite or one of their favorites. They get mad that someone came along and beat them and quote unquote stole their qualification, took it away. No, I mean, if they're going to be at the Olympia anyway, so this guy's still would have to try to beat him. Everyone at the Olympia is trying to win. every bodybuilder on a pro stage is trying to be first place. So I get it. We want to see our favorites on the Olympia stage. And, like Sasan is a good example. What if he doesn't get his Olympia qualification this year? It could happen. I mean, he could keep coming up second place. And with the point system that we had for a while, that would have been enough to get him to the Olympia, but that's gone. You have to win a show now. So I don't know what Sassan is going to do. I'm sure he'll figure out a show maybe over in Europe. There are no easy shows typically. There's always a couple good guys popping up, like in the European shows. Nathan Dasha might pop up in a couple. Beirut Tabani might pop up in a couple. Guys that are very, very tough to beat. So Sassan might get to the Olympia, he might not. What were they doing with the guys here? Because these were not first call. Was this confirmation round they were doing? Yeah. Let me skip ahead because confirmation round, what they do is they don't start with the first call-out guys. So, yeah, these were not the first call-out guys. These were like second call-out guys, third call-out guys. Okay, so let's get back to this. All right, so this was the final confirmation round with the top 5. You have Bruno Santos, Sassan Heirati, Regan Grimes, Leandro Peres, and Florian Poirson. And this is where it came down to really nitpicking. Still, yeah, Regan's 10 is still not dark enough. Jeez. He looks greenish yellow. It's not an appealing color. Everyone else up there has a beautiful color. Sassan in particular, Leandro, these guys all have that rich brown color that accentuates the physique that's super lean and defined. Regan's color hurt him today. I know he got the win anyway, but when you're winning a show, you shouldn't have anything that people can really, especially your color. That's something that should never be an issue. You're winning a show with that. That's, to me, that's like, I know it's not an amateur mistake. He's having a lot of problems getting color to stick to his skin or something. He's allergic to almonds, and that's in a lot of tanning products. And they tried a different tanning solution here. His wife put it on him. Still not dark enough. Still not the brown tint that we want to see. But Lord, look at that. Those back shots of his. They are something else. He definitely wins. He kills everybody on the back shots. There's no question there. Side try. Yeah, I guess I'd give him that. I don't know, Leandro. I like Leandro in that shot too. Leandro is somebody to watch, guys. I see him winning a show very, very soon. I don't know when or where. There are some pro shows in Brazil that pop up, or they don't pop up. They've been planned and scheduled, but maybe he'll hit one of those pro shows in Brazil. I know they have like one right after the Olympia. Can't recall who won it, but yeah, Regan looks really good there. That's a great shot for him. Accentuates his width, those massive shoulders of his, that X frame. The shape and the symmetry, the proportions, they really all show through there. So that was the final look the judges had at the top 5 guys. And I think from there, judges had confirmed and they made their final call. So is this it? Is this awards right here? Or is Bruno getting a special award, like a Lifetime Achievement Award? Oh, nope. They brought back, they did the same thing. Oh, so that must have been for 4th and 5th. Because at this point, they knew they had Leandro solidly decided for 3rd place. This was for 4th and 5th. They could not make up their minds. So Bruno Santos from Brazil there, number 12. Florian Poirson. They both had purple trunks. On the right, Florian from France. Duking it out here to see who gets 4th and who gets 5th. Because they must have been tied or very, very close in the judges' minds. I bet they were tied. And this is how they made their final determination. One last round with just these 2 guys. So Florian has a better structure. He's wider across the clavicles. Condition is a little better too. Look at the glutes. Look at the back. It's crisper. Bruno's back looks a little blurry in comparison. You could also see the hamstring cords a little bit better. Side leg, side tricep. Because I'm always looking at the whole physique. You're not just looking at the tricep and the shoulder. It was close. These 2 guys were definitely close, but I'm guessing they went with Florian. I'm guessing he edged him out because I would give these shots to Florian. I'm curious to see what the judges did. Because I know the top three. I don't recall who placed fourth and fifth. And this was, are they going to bring out Sal? No, Leandro alone? What the heck? Who would they compare Leandro with? Oh, Sassan and Regan. Okay, well, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad they gave Leandro a look with what they probably already considered the top three guys. Who's winning? Well, we already know. I'm like 40 minutes behind. It was Regan. Regan won. Let's see Regan's tan even darker. Oh, my God, Richard. This tan is killing me today. Look at how professional and polished Sasan looks compared to him. It's just the tan. I think Sasan is leaner. He is definitely a little bit leaner than Regan, but the tan makes it seem like he's much, much better conditioned. Leon looked huge. Leandro. Oh, you call him Leon. Yeah, Leon he's right up there. He's holding his own with those two guys. They're not, it's not like a two-man show. I think he was in the fight for the win. I think Sergio can deliver on stage after all this time. I don't like to give up on anybody, J-Biz, so I would say yes. Again, Leandro has great potential, lower lat improvement. It's little things, and if they bring these little things up, it can make the difference. He's not lacking much at all, though. I mean, he's right there with these guys. Look how wide his back is. He's got a wider back rear lat spread than Sasan does. Calling the expert, what do you think Sasan has emphasized? I don't know what Sasan can do. He did everything he needed to do. Colors on point, conditions on point. He's posing very well. Structure hurts him a little bit. You can't do anything about your structure. I don't think Sasan should have any regrets. He did everything he should. Someone said 750K. That's for the Arnold Classic 2025. Glad they did away with the point system. I don't know. There was something exciting about it too, though. Because you do get sometimes guys going to multiple shows and they're winning and winning and winning. Like Nathan Dash has done that, where he's won 2 or 3 shows in the season. Other guys have done that. And, if someone takes second, like at 4 shows in a row, 5 shows, to me, they're good enough to win. They're good enough to be on the Olympus stage, even though they didn't win. They usually take second to guys who end up in the top 6 or 8 of the Olympia a lot of times. So they were good enough to be on the Olympus stage as far as I'm concerned. But who knows? They might bring it back. This is the pose down going on right now before the awards. Great interview with Tonio. Thank you, Richard. He's a cool dude. I like Tonio. Which Beirut would actually get to the States? Yeah, I think he's missed at least 2. Is it 3 maybe? Poor Beirut. I mean, I've heard, and I don't know if anyone can confirm, I guess only Iranians would know this, that he served in the Iranian military, in their army or whatever, and that's why he's having an especially hard time getting a visa to the United States, because it's a country that has no diplomatic relations. We don't have a very good relationship with Iran. We haven't had a great relationship with them in over 40 years, 45 years. Geez. So it's not easy, especially if this guy was in their military. They'd be like, why are we letting him in? Even though he's probably been retired from the military for 10 years or more, maybe 15, I don't know. Yeah, they did Regan's time. Well, the tanning sponsor they used last weekend at the New York Pro, and that didn't work out very well either. 100% right. 10 horrible early show. Patrick Moore is done. Well, it doesn't seem to be looking good for him based on how he's been doing lately. Leandro has a great side try. Leandro is in shape, listen, folks. He is in shape. I just saw it. For the scores, yeah, those will be on ifbbpro.com. They have a website where they put, the schedule, the results, all kinds of things. Every time, that's where we go to for the list. So like Monday, late Monday, they'll probably come out with the list on that website. I know it's going to be posted on social media too, but on their website for ifbbpro.com, that's where we'll see the list for Legion. Actually, a fan of Bruno. Guy's a cool look. He's thick as hell. Florian looks soft throughout the arms, chest, and shoulders. Well, it's like Derek Lunsford. From the back, Derek is super hard and ripped and grainy, but from the front, he's got some softer areas. Leandro's flat. Leandro has no striations, chest and gluteus. Well, I'd have to go back and look. US. I don't know what that means. Mike's right. Between people on stage, it was a pose down. Pose downs for everybody. Now they'll do the awards. Chip IPB, Kelly Pro scores. Yeah. They don't put the scorecards up that quickly. It takes a few hours. You got such great aesthetics. That's why he won. Good transmission. El Carnicero. Something about meat. Carne. El carnicero. All right, so this was the awards, I guess, and then we'll be done. And again, this is not live. This was on. This is the channel that streamed it for free, Integral TV, which is Integra America, a big supplement company in Brazil, and the commentary was in Portuguese. Which, you know, if you're Portuguese, that's great. If you speak Portuguese, I should say, but I don't. So I wouldn't know what these guys are saying regardless. I don't know. Maybe there's some way, maybe there's some subtitles. Who else masturbating to this? I don't think anyone's masturbating to it. I mean, even if you're a gay man, would this be something you'd masturbate to? I mean, like, I wouldn't masturbate to women's sports. I'd go to Pornhub like every normal person. Yeah, Lord Crawford, that was wacky. I don't know why I even put that up. Okay, so I guess it was 5th place, Florian. He's the first one to get an award, Florian Poirson. And did they give him his check too? Okay, that's usually you don't see them getting the check on stage anymore. Only like the big novelty check for first place. Looks like they got him his medal and they paid him right there and then. Regan needs much work for the O. I agree. So 5th place, Florian. So that means Bruno was 4th. Yeah. GH my penis, when growth. I don't think that's going to work, dude. Hopefully, Sass push punches ticket for the O. So 4th place there. 4th place going to Bruno Santos. Congratulations, Bruno. So Bruno and Leandro are both sponsored by Integral TV. No, Milos and Giles are not coming on the show later. No, thanks. But that was a great episode. Well, I don't know if I want to use great. Maybe that's not the right word. It was one of the craziest episodes I've ever had. It's on this channel. It's 2 videos back. It was the Power Hour with Milos and Giles. Milos was a special guest, and man, they got into it, and it went on for good Lord. Milos was really getting upset and vocal, and that went on for about an hour. Yeah. 3rd place, Leandro Peres from Brazil. This guy has a bright future. He was 2nd place to Good Vito earlier in the season at Arnold Classic South America in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So keep an eye on Leandro Peres. You're going to be seeing more from this guy. He's going to be winning shows. He's going to be winning shows very soon. I have no doubt in my mind. Lee Priest once said, probably found a guy in World Gym, California, touching himself while he was taking a shower. Well, surely not that surprising. Check better than cash. A bag of cash. That's crazy. 3rd place. And so the big pause is always for 2nd and 1sts. 2nd place, Sassan Heirati. Milos is that. So, well, it's a matter of opinion. Some people loved him. Some people took Milos' side in all that. And some other people took Giles' side. So the win went to, no surprise, Regan Grimes. Regan. So I'm just going to put up the results on screen. Sasan. 3 was Leandro. Typing in the dark here. 4th was Bruno. And 5th was, God, wake up. Florian. Okay. Add banner. Okay. There we go. So those are your results, guys. Regan Grimes punched his ticket to the Olympia. Sassan, 2nd place. Leandro, 3rd. Leandro Peres. Bruno Santos, 4th. Florian Poirson from France. 5th place, top 5. Not bad. What else we got? Favorite cheat meal? Whose favorite cheat meal? Pizza. I love pizza. Pizza's my jam. We actually have a place in my town called Town Spa Pizza that it's probably the best known place for 50 miles around. A lot of people come here they'll drive like an hour, 2 hours for this pizza. Town Spa Pizza in Stoughton. Good stuff. Congratulations, Regan. Tan needs to be fixed. Definitely needs to bring those quads up if he wants to get to the next level. But fantastic physique. beautiful shape, symmetry, structure, proportions. He was a classic. He did classic very briefly in 2018. He won the New York Pro, and he went and placed at the Olympia that year, classic physique. Biggest problem, Patrick Moore, is the competition is better. I don't think that's the problem. I think it's he needed to fill out. He needed longer. Those long limbs of his needs to fill out. Regan looks good. Yeah, he won, man. He won. Regan needs a few more kilos to be up there in Olympia. Yeah. I don't know if it's really a size issue. He doesn't need like overall size. He just needs certain areas. More quads, more arms, a little more upper chest, and he'd be right there. He'd be right there. So I'll go to this again. Go to, while we're talking. So I know there's really not much point in talking too much more, right? There's Leandro. I just want to show Leandro for a second. He looked fantastic. He was right after Bruno. Trying to give some of these two credit because they're gonna be doing better and better. Regan's tan was a disaster in New York Pro. It was a disaster here too, Barry. It didn't get any better. His wife tried a different tanning solution. They didn't use the spray tan as they had in New York, the sponsor's tan, and it didn't come out any better. Kilos of coke. Oh, he needs kilos of coke. Okay, I thought you needed more muscle, but you're saying you need more sweating. No, Iron, unrelated question. You have any good gyms south of Boston? Well, Malden is north of Boston. Okay, so South Shore, I got you, Noah. Bay Shore Athletic Club, that's where I've been going for the past 7 years. It's in Braintree, Mass. It's called Bay Shore Athletic Club. We've got a few pros training there. It's huge. There's like 12 squat racks, 15 different leg presses, 30 benches, 2 full sets of dumbbells up to 150, 8 cable stations or more. It's huge. So yeah, I got you, Noah. Go to Bayshore Athletic Club in Braintree. It's about like from Logan Airport. It's 20 minutes, if that. What happened to Pro 10? Oh, they use different companies at different shows. It's up to the promoter. The IFBB Pro League doesn't have like one official tanning sponsor for everybody. It's up to the promoter to make a deal with the different companies. Are you natty or not? No, I'm not. I'm on TRT Plus. I'm on 250 milligrams test week and 100 milligrams of DECA. So definitely I wouldn't say natty. Milo thinks he's a Conor McGregor of bodybuilding and ends up being the great. Did you guys see the remake of Roadhouse with Conor McGregor? I thought it was pretty cool. What's the other guy's name? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Milo thinks he's the Conor McGregor. Body ends up being the gray market version of Alex Jones. Is pointless, right? Thanks. No, yeah, you won't be disappointed. Bayshore Athletic Club. It's a bodybuilder friendly gym. A lot of people train very hard there. You'll have a great time. Big Lenny loved melatonin too. Big Lenny looked like he had a weird disease. He was so dark. Yeah. So melanotan 2 is it's a drug. It's a peptide. I don't know. You take it and it makes you tan all the time. And I don't think I'd be comfortable with that. I don't think that's healthy. Nick Walker still needs to sort veins out legs. I don't think he's going to do it at this point. They don't care about veins. Yeah. I mean, if it was an issue, they wouldn't let him. He wouldn't be winning shows, and he has won shows. No, I'm prescribed anastrozole, but I stopped taking it. I think it was leading. I was having like minor muscle tears on a fairly regular basis. And I think that was one of the reasons why. So I stopped taking it. My estrogen is not that high anyway. It's an individual thing. Some people need it. Some people don't. It's not like a blanket prescription that everyone needs. I was going to teach you. Regan should pull out a Toronto Pro. Well, he's originally from the Toronto area. I'm sure he wants to go. He wants to go and win in his hometown. Improve. He's not going to bring up those areas that we talked about that quickly anyway. What's up, Ron? What's up? Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate that. Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah. That's who the star of Roadhouse was. It was made for Netflix, I believe. Could never fill them for Roadhouse movie. I mean, Patrick was I don't know. Actually, Jake's a really good actor. That's just an iconic movie, the original Roadhouse. You're never going to convince all the fans of that movie that a remake is going to approach it as far as quality. And that was a classic. What are you going to do? Regan City already has 60 family members going to Toronto. Yeah, I remember the first year I went to Toronto Pro was 2017. and Bumstead won. And he had just made his pro debut at the Pittsburgh Pro a couple weeks before that. He had like a busload of people there. There's a ton of people there for Bumstead. Who's the local guy? Mike. Oh, it was a 212 dude. His dad was a bodybuilder. He passed away. He had a ton of people in that. I mean, wouldn't you want to win a show in your own backyard if you could? 60, yeah. Oh, what the hell was his name? It's killing me because I know exactly who I'm thinking of. Oh, well. Small village with the family members behind him. Yeah. Like I said, I'm sure a lot of his family members aren't able to go to Vegas to see him compete or wherever. They weren't able to make it out to this or to New York Pro. So they can all go to Toronto. It's in their backyard. Some great 60s. That's not a lot of family members. Watson, yes. Zane Watson. Thank you, Gregory. Gregory, you're from Canada, so I knew you would. Yeah, Zane had like 60 or 80 people in that audience going nuts for him. It was crazy. Have I ever run Trembolone? Like 20 times, 30 times? Yeah. I love to trend. I wouldn't do it now. It's just too dangerous for me. I'm too old. You know, I'm testing DECA, a little bit of DECA for which I'm prescribed. And I get blood work done with this company every 10 weeks to make sure everything's okay. But no, unless I competed again, there's no reason to use Tren ever again. I'm not going to. Bruno's quads. Yeah, Bruno's a thick dude, man. So who was up there at this point? Nate Dandridge. Is that Justin Muzel right there? It's that Foster guy. Ryan Foster. Patrick Moore and Krista Domenico there on the end. Yeah, well, Gregory, when you say busload of people, it literally was a bus load of people. I think they all met somewhere and parked, and they took a bus. They took a bus to the Toronto Metro Convention Center, and they had the roof coming off that place. It was so loud. Yeah, Zane Watson. What happened to Zane? I know he had some legal troubles, like a lot of people. But then his dad passed away. But Zane was a very, very good 212. I remember at that show, though, I think it was between him and Dura. What's Dura's real name? I can't even think of his real name. I just call him Dura. But he was second place, and he could have won. Gregory will know. Greg, what's Dura's full name? It's not Muhammad Dura or something. God. I love Regan because he always manages to get to what does he get to? That's Justin Muzel from Germany in the middle. 3. Oh, that's Ryan Foster on the left right there. And that's the Mexican guy, the guy from Mexico, Jonathan Padilla on the right. We're looking at. This was a confirmation round. This was over an hour ago. I'm not live. This isn't live. Not live. You had a busload of people too. Gregory, you're killing me. You're teasing me with these like partial comment posts here. Greg is a great pro himself from Montreal. Yeah, Montreal. I'm sure my weak ass attempt to pronounce that properly in the French way was bad. Get to Olympia. Oh, I see. So this is over, Tyrus. The show's been over for like over an hour now. I'm just recapping. This was the confirmation round where they gave everyone one last chance. Yeah, there you go. He came up as Mahmoud Al-Dura. I just call him Dura. That's his Instagram, and I think that's what people mostly know him as. He's got a ton of followers. He's got like 500 online coaching clients. He's killing it. I think he's got a Bugatti, I think. Yeah. Dura's cool dude. Great physique. He's coming back. I think he's doing Toronto. I think he's competing again next month, a couple weeks from now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's getting ready to compete there. Isn't that the show he's doing? Probably. He lives in the Toronto area. Why wouldn't he do that show? Sass needs a little break. Gets a granite Fibo look. I thought his condition today was good. He didn't lose on condition. And I don't think, even if he had been a little more conditioned, I don't think it would have mattered. The judges were going with Regan. What I saw was structure and shape. Regan's got wider shoulders, narrower hips and waist. Sassan's got a shorter, thicker torso. His clavicles are a little more on the narrow side. And I think that's what hurt him. He's doing, Dura's doing classic. Wow. I'm going to Toronto. No, I'm not going to any shows that I foresee right now, unless I get a sponsor that sends me somewhere. because unlike in all those years with MD covering shows, if I want to go to a show now, I have to pay for everything, and I don't like to pay for things myself. I like to have other people pay for them, you know? That's the best. I mean, I had a great thing going with MD. They flew me everywhere, paid for the hotels, some very nice hotels, some like 5-star hotels sometimes. I felt bad. It's like, I don't need all this. I'm barely in my damn room. Dura's prepping for Classic. Wow, I'm sure he's still going to look great. Yeah, man, I miss being at the shows, but like I said, I'm not making enough money to spend money. If I got myself to these shows, even with the YouTube and everything, I wouldn't make enough money to turn a profit to pay for like my hotel and all that. I wouldn't make a profit beyond that, so not going to do it. Got to make a profit, or else it makes no sense. I can't lose money. So that was the final comparison. The top 5 had one last chance. This is not live, guys. This happened over. There were your final results. The show's already over. It's been over for about an hour and a half at this point. They got it done quick. They ripped right through it. I got to give them credit. They started pretty much on time. Yeah, Regan was too. We've been talking about this Iron Brothers all day. His tan was awful. It was awful at New York Pro, and it's awful here. He cannot figure out the right tanning product for his skin. He sweats it off. His skin like rejects the color because he started off New York with a good color, and like 20 minutes in, 50 minutes of the judging, it was gone. It had sweated off his entire body. Well, except Shem Sullivan versus Larry Wheels. Exception for going to the show? What's the exception? What's the question, Quick Pump? I'm slow. You gotta help me out here. I try, but I'm slow sometimes. So that was the top 5, and then they came back for awards right after this. Good times. Again, guys, it's not live. That was the results. This is where the stream came from. It was free on this channel, Integral TV, on their YouTube channel, which is owned by Integra Medical, a huge supplement company out of Brazil. They are the sponsors of this gentleman on the left here, Bruno Santos, as well as Leandro Peres, who ended up in 3rd. Bruno ended up in 4th. And this gentleman here, Florian Poirson from France, who has also competed in Classic. He was the 5th place finisher. So those are your results. Ian had the same issue with color. He did. Branch Warren did years ago as well. I think Dennis Wolf had a little trouble with color. Branch figured his out. I don't know what he did. For attending the show, no, man. I mean, I can't lose. I'm not going to pay for a show and lose money. I can't go somewhere to work and end up spending more money than I make. That makes no sense. But yeah, I'm the only perennial bodybuilding journalist from the magazine era of the current. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's left. I can't think of anyone else on YouTube. Giles, I have Giles on my show, but Giles should do his own YouTube channel. Remember when Regan went to Kuwait and got huge quick, but then dipped out quick? Yeah, it's a funny story. So Regan did go. He was invited by the Camel crew out to Kuwait. Badr Budai, the owner, invited him out there. You know, it's everything. Everything's paid for. They give you an apartment. They bring you hot meals like every 2 hours. They train. They have a great trainers there. They train you twice a day. All you literally have to do is eat, sleep, and train. I'm sure that they give you all the gear. Regan put on something like 30 pounds in less than 3 weeks, and he was getting scared for his health. I'm sure they had him pushing larger doses than what he was accustomed to. This was the final look at the top 3. And he told them it was Christmas was coming up. He's in an Muslim country. They don't celebrate Christmas. So he's like, I got to go back to, I'm going back home for Christmas, but I'll be back. He never came back. He was, you know, that was his way to get the hell out of there because he didn't want to keep doing that. He didn't want to keep pushing the gear and the food as hard as they had him. They had him eating like way more food than he had ever eaten before in his life. He was like sick to his stomach all the time from stuffing himself. I'm sure the gear was a lot higher than what he thought, so he never went back. Disagreeing with me looks like telling a lion he can't have good ribeye steak. It's like trying to take a steak away from a lion. Yeah, the magic mirror at Oxygen Gym in Kuwait. Everyone looks great. But yeah, I mean, I remember pictures of Rolly there where Rolly looked like AI or something. It didn't look like a human being could actually look like that. I really hope Regan would tie his team. I thought he was going to. When he first came on, I'm like looking. And then when I saw him next to the other guys, I'm like, no, this is it. It didn't get any better. Him and his team, they need to figure out. His coach is Stefan Kienzel, of Outlaw. I'm not putting it on him. That's not the coach's responsibility. Regan's a grown man with a whole team of people behind him. He's got to figure out his tanning situation. Well, you're not going to live forever, Senso, but you'll live longer not using gear. That being said, if you have low T, you'll be healthier with normal levels of testosterone than you would with low T. But pushing a bunch of gear and being, having 5-10 times the amount of testosterone you're supposed to have, no, that's very dangerous. You won't live forever that way. I think Regan more complete look. Kultawa Skolina, 17. Yeah, that's why he won. I think it was just the overall shape, structure. He had the mass. His condition was pretty good. The tanning really messed him up. It made his condition look worse than what it was. Dorian had a terrible team. Yeah, Dorian, there were times when his tan was not optimal either. In fact, the first show he won, 1990 Night of Champions in New York City, which later became New York Pro, 15 years later. He looked like green. He had this greenish tint to him. You say we'd have it better for this show in the Cutler casts, but yeah, but he didn't. He didn't have it better. It wasn't any better. This box 157. I think you mean BPC 157. No, if you have a bicep tear and it's recent, you need to go get it surgically reattached. That's the only thing that's going to help. BPC1, a peptide is not going to reattach a muscle. And if you have a tear that's been torn for a long time, it's too late. Yeah, I knew what you meant. If it's been torn for more than a couple months, it's too late. It's already retracted. Scar tissue is formed on everything, and they can't reattach it now. I hope this is a recent injury. If it's recent, if it's a very minor tear, if it's what we call a strain, then these healing peptides like BPC 157, TB 500 could be useful. People have reported good results with using them to heal injuries. But if it's a full tear, you need to go to a surgeon, an orthopedic surgeon. Like I've had my tricep reattached. I tore that off the bone. I have my quad reattached. That tore off the bone, August 30th, 2023. So yeah, when a muscle's torn, you need to go have it surgically reattached. It's the only thing you can do. Kalyan. Oxygen Gym, my humble opinion, is overrated. Well, it's not. It doesn't have the luster. I don't see it anywhere near the amount of people going to Oxygen Gym as used to. Who would win Classic? First, Barry DeMay. Seabum, based on current standards, I still think Seabum would win. He had a thicker back than Barry. Barry's, Seabum didn't have the greatest back, but it was better than Barry's. He had much better legs than Barry. Barry had good legs. Barry had a great physique, but I think Seabum would have beaten Barry. I really do. That's just my humble opinion. But that being said, Barry DeMay was fantastic in his day. I think he was third place at the 88 Olympia. He did very well. I don't know if he ever won a show. I don't think he ever won a show. Your fan of Patrick Moore's figure is from it's not just condition, Kultawa. He needs to fill out. He's not big enough. He's got long arms and legs, which, it's a blessing in certain sports. Like he was a boxer. Long arms are very good to have as a boxer because you can keep your opponent very far away from you. But in bodybuilding, having very long arms or legs is not a good thing because it's more to fill out. Like you see people with very short arms and legs. A lot of times they can build mass. They can build big arms and legs much easier than somebody with long arms and legs. You see all the time, very tall guys who are 6'2" and up, very few of them have good legs. It's very hard for them to build thick legs because the length of the limb, just the proportions, their legs are so long. Their legs would have to be enormous, like 35-inch quads, thighs, just to look big, which a shorter guy, someone who's like 5'5", maybe 27-inch quad thighs look enormous on that guy. Big difference. So this was the awards, and then I'm going to get out of here. So 5th place went to France's Florian Poirson. Again, guys, this was on the Integral TV YouTube channel. They bought the rights to the live stream and streamed it for free and just showed their ads throughout the whole thing. And there's their thing you can scan and all that good stuff. So Florian Poirson from France. Poisson? I can't pronounce French names. I speak English and crappy Spanish. Mi español no es perfecto, pero mi accente es muy bien porque he casado una cubana, pero 34 años, 1991 casado. All right, so back to our program. I'm just trying to kill time before the fourth place gentleman comes out. Fourth place went to Brazil's Bruno Santos. Great job, Bruno. Looked fantastic. A little narrow across the clavicles is the only thing that hurts him. I'm trying to explain to you guys why he didn't do better because that's a structural thing. There's nothing he can do about his bone structure. But the guy's got a ton of thick muscle mass, and I thought his condition was very good today. Fantastic quadriceps on him. I'm always giving extra credit for guys with awesome legs, awesome quads. I was always a fan of guys like Tom Platz, Paul DeMeo, Tom Prince. There was an Arabic guy. What the heck was his name? Not Big Ramy. I know Big Ramy. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. I give extra credit for monster quads. Third place, Brazil's Leandro Peres. Leandro and Bruno are both sponsored by Integra Medica in Brazil, they bought the rights and they streamed this for free for you fans. Imagine that. How cool is that? Bruno looks good. Medal ceremony. Let's go. Bruno looks good. Patrick Moore, maybe he should try acting. Why not? I mean, if the bodybuilding thing isn't paying your bills, I think he'd do great in especially in crappy. Well, mi vocabulario no es bueno. My vocabulary is not that great, pero mi accente es perfecto. Y mi accente es como un cubano, porque el español that I heard most of my life, married to this woman, is from Cubans. Listening to Regan on the Cutler podcast, a nice guy, but came off content and lacking brain desire to improve. Oh, content. Yeah, that's two different words. Yeah, I mean, people have said this. He makes so much money without competing from his sponsors. I mean, he's with Celsius, the energy drink. I can't recall who his supplement sponsor is at the moment, but he does very well with his YouTube channel. Let's just say without competing, Regan makes a great living. No, Sassan was second. Kultawa. He got second. So, yeah, maybe he doesn't have the eye of the tiger because he's already doing so well. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to pretend I know what's going through Regan's mind and what gets him up in the morning, what motivates him. I don't know. But he's doing very well. He just won a show now. He's on his way to Olympia in October. So good for him. He's killing it. You know, that's what we all want to do. We all want to get on the Olympia stage. He's been there before. He's been top 10 in the Olympia in both Classic and Open already. He'll be going back to the Olympia in October. Well-deserved victory, Regan. Yeah, congratulations, Regan. I don't have any problem with him beating Sass. Sass has a couple things that he doesn't, but the overall shape and structure and flow of the physique, Regan. I almost want to turn to Tony Montana. Say hello to my little friend. Yeah, I mean, a lot of Cubans were upset that they picked an Italian actor to play Tony Montana. Congrats, Regan. His best friend, Manolo, that actor is actually from Cuba. He's Cuban, that actor. I can't think of his name at the moment. But Manny, his best friend, that he killed at the end. He killed near the end of the movie. I was second place for Sasan. 3. That's 3 now. 3 second places. Jeez. And there's no point system now. You got to win. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. Well, that's it, guys. That's it. It's over. Aside from Orville size, there's a lot of the criteria just fans like, so I'm not surprised you won. Yeah. You can improve body parts. You can never improve your structure. That's your bones. It is what it is. He's got a great structure, great shape to the muscles, those round, full muscle bellies. You know, it's a gifted physique, and he does work hard. Could he work harder? I don't know. What's up, Leon? Good to see you here. Regan just sees more quad. His hamstrings back great. Yeah, I agree. There's nothing wrong with his hamstrings. His quads need to grow. I want to see a little more arms. I mean, think of like a Nick Walker arms next to his. Arms his biceps in particular need to come up a little bit. I want to see more upper chest. From the back, he's all set. He's done. His back shots are killer. killer, no question. But with these improvements, he can move up. He can do better. He's still a young guy. There's still time. He's not done yet. You know, I don't write anybody off, and I definitely would not write off a 31-year-old hasn't done a ton of shows. It's not like he's been competing in 40, 50 shows over 20 years. Quad hamstring back, great. What is your prediction? Top 3, Mr. Olympia? Well, we'll get to that when we get much closer to Olympia. Right now, I would say in no particular order, the 3 Olympia champs that are competing, unless Brandon does it again. So that would be Heirati, Samson, and Derek. This year's Olympia is going to be epic. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be amazing. I mean, I assume Brandon Curry will do it, so we'll have 4 Mr. Olympias on stage. I don't know if that's ever happened before. 4 Mr. Olympia champions competing. And then throw Nick in there, throw Martin in there. Andrew jacked. Can't leave Andrew out of the conversation. It's going to be a hell of a show. Hell of a show. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. It's been awesome having you. Appreciate it so much. For those of you in the USA, enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day weekend. Final results here were Regan, Sasan, Leandro, Bruno, and Florian. Great job, Regan. Great job, Sasan. I think Sasan should be very proud of himself. He did everything he needed to win today. It just, the judges didn't see it quite his way. I'm sure it was close. When the scores come out, I bet we're going to see that it was very close. It was not a perfect score for Regan at all. I bet Sasan got some solid first place votes. I bet it was a couple points difference, if that. We'll find out when the scores come out. Let me check real quick just to make sure they're not up yet. Because I do have the ability to put it up. Competitor list. Oh, results. Results would be in this tab. No, they do not have the results up yet. Not yet. IFBBpro.com is where you can find those guys. So that's it. Awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. See you right here next time. Peace.